seeing people shouting for joy. Soon I'm seeing people dancing. I'm seeing keke riders. I'm seeing commercial riders riding vehicles and keke with joy. I was looking at the city. I was looking at people. Noises everywhere. I began to ask, what is going on? I see every people, their faces very bright, because everybody, they were all happy. And God ministered to me. He said, do you know why they are happy? I said, no, Father. He said, do you know why keke riders are riding keke anyhow, jubilating? And the noise was not only in this area, all over. Outside country, in this state, in this country, in so many nations. Come to social media, the news was awesome. The last thing I heard that Nnamdi Kanu has been released. That's what I heard. Soon. And it's not going to be in a court day. Off day. Government will hands up. This is the message of God. Thank you, Father. You take this message to the people of the world.
Mr. Chinedu, it looks as if Nnamdi Kanu is a free man, because we have seen a man who is bold enough to say, I will defend myself in court. In what looked like a surprise move. Remember that he have gotten a new judge, talking about Justice Omotosho, and Nnamdi Kanu is bid to face the judge eyeball to eyeball. And Nnamdi Kanu is going to be a free man very soon.
Yes, of course, he's going to be a free man indeed. That's the expectation of everybody around the world, considering the fact that the Nigerian government has not been able to establish any case against him. Forget that they moved from treason to felony to treason. I think they have been moving up and down in that regard. And the same thing is applicable to, of course, Simon Ekpa. I can tell you categorically clearly now that this pressure on Finland to determine the position of Simon Ekpa, considering the support, that is coming in from that, Western world, like Russia. A lot of people are mounting pressure around Alexander Stubb now to see what they are going to do in the aspect of liberating or freeing freedom government, people who are agitating for their sovereignty, which is really the world is trying to look into that, and so much attention has been attracted to what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu, or what is happening in Nigeria. It's regarding Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu has become, they have factored Nigeria into Nnamdi Kanu, and every other thing is going towards that direction. If you look at how Nigeria got to the level where Nnamdi Kanu just started this agitation, this movement from just a plastic chair and a plastic table. That is all. If you look at the beginning of the whole thing, you discover that there's a lot of strength and divinity into what is happening. His appearance in the court today, I can tell you how many judges and how many times Nnamdi Kanu has appeared in court, and you can find out for yourself that at every point in time, he has always won every charge against him. The problem where everybody is looking at that attracted U.S. delegates, up to 20 of them. The news is everywhere. The world is not joking. Nnamdi Kanu has built, carved an inch for himself, has built an image for himself to the extent that, he has become recognized. I think there's no other freedom fighter agitator in the world you can talk about now, currently now, that have made the requirement of the United Nations, that have shown resilience, they have shown confidence, they have shown integrity, they have shown that, Biafra is achievable, that Biafra is passionate, Biafra has become a religion, is so committed to it, and it's attracting a lot of followers. Nigerians, are beginning to buy into the concept of what the symbol of Nnamdi Kanu is trying to portray. Even in the midst of uncertainty and danger, Nnamdi Kanu still summoned the courage to confront the Nigerian system over illegality. He said there's nobody that can judge him, there's no judge that can judge him. And saying that also, you can see all manner of judges that have been able to hear the matter or trying to engage themselves in the trial or even trying to run a certain persecution or the other. They have all come to a particular point where they said nobody, they have seen this case as Nnamdi Kanu has always had an upper hand in that regard. So what you are seeing that is building at this moment now is a clear desire that the Biafra recognition has enveloped Nigeria completely. And how did it envelop Nigeria? What we saw Omotosho is going to do by tomorrow, or is doing now, currently now, has already been taken care of. And I can tell you, you know, it has attracted the sympathy. You see, there's a way you maltreat people, there's a way you bring down people to an extent that, you know, it will begin to attract sympathy globally. Nnamdi Kanu is already attracting a global sympathy now. Okay, now we understand that Nnamdi Kanu himself has said that he is not going to stand trial until there's an impartial judge to adjudicate the case he's having with federal government. You just mentioned it briefly that some American lawyers and soldiers are in Nigeria, perhaps ultimately to witness the proceeding. What do you think would have attracted them? The fact is that, you know, there has been a global solidarity for Biafra recognition. You can see what is happening in Ireland. The IPOB is represented in all states of the federation, about 88 countries in the world, and Igbos are there. You know, so the gathering and the network is being put before the U.S. administration, of course, Donald Trump, who a lot of people believe that most of his cabinet members who are congressmen are actually pro-Biafran. And on that regard, you know, he has also, to an extent, enjoyed, you know, unlimited relationship, you know, with the first time Donald Trump came in as president. We saw GOP members surrounding Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu has played that support and of recognition to the issue of Biafra globally, and that is what the likes of Simon Ekpa, Dr. Ngozi Oravue, they are trying to follow that legacy. So at this point now, you know, it's also on the table at the Oval Office under Donald Trump. So most of the lobbyists now are saying, no, let them come and have a first-hand, you know, access of and be able to tell the story how these things have been going. And already the British, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu have signaled that he's going to also make sure that delegates arrive, Israeli delegates arrive at Abuja, you know, against today's happenings, you know, and we might not know them, we might not see them. Those I can see that federal government are saying that, you know, there are strange forces, there are strange faces, and there might be international spy, or they may represent international interest and all that. But they are, no matter what they say, you know, and specifically they made it very clearly, they are coming to observe how this thing has come to a point that, you know, Nnamdi Kanu is being detained illegally without judgment. He's been detained illegally without pronouncement of any form of guilt or the other. Nnamdi Kanu has gone through the court processes and still they felt they are not going to receive him. It's going to be a clash, you know, and already the Nigeria Bar Association and the African ECOWAS and the AU and other women blocs within the context of the African continent has already put James Omotosho, the judge, you know, on the radar currently now. They are watching him, how he's going to make his pronouncement on tomorrow, or what he's going to do. Because if he's going to be hearing, there's not going to be trial. It's after hearing, then trial, whatever that's going to come at the end of the day. So, but he's not be able to ignite, you know, the woto that is going to come from Nnamdi Kanu if he try to take the other way. Other judges, you know, have taken in the past. There will be massive resistance, and that is what prompted the American government to send those delegates we are seeing today.
Because as it stands, we have seen the UN working group on arbitrary detention before now, asking the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally, and that didn't happen until we saw Court of Appeal in Nigeria ruling that Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. As such, he should be released unconditionally. But let me ask this question: are you satisfied with the level of intervention of UN?
No, not quite well. There has been clashes in that regard, but it's not something that is on the public glare or that should be put in the public space. The U.S. government and the UK government are already interacting on the negotiations of what is going to happen when Nnamdi Kanu is being released, how the whole thing is going to look like, and they are fine-tuning that, analyzing that, will Nnamdi Kanu be flown abroad for medical treatment? After that, then what is the scope of recognition of the Biafra as a sovereignty? Nnamdi Kanu has already gotten Biafra, because he has gone through the process of United Nations, required by United Nations, and he has gone through that process, and he is able to maintain certain, pressure, attracting glory to himself and the Biafran quest. So whether United Nations comes in at this point or not, it depends on how the United Nations leadership perceive it. But what is important at this point is that the top countries of the world currently now, talking about America, talking about Russia, talking about Israel, talking about Germany, I'm excluding France because of the fractured relationship within the Sahel nation currently now. France might not be part of it. You can see the Russian pilot, what he said during the 1967 Nigeria Biafra war, what the ingenuity, why the world started to bring the Igbo movement called Biafra at that time down. And from that angle now, you begin to understand the build-up of what Nnamdi Kanu has successfully been able to do. Thank God the world has recognized his presence, and the United Nations, the US too have also recognized his presence. Donald Trump has also recognized his presence. And I think you can see the kind of, interactive and pressure and the situation that is coming from the United States government trying to focus on Africa, singling Nigeria completely out from other nations, and the issue of Boko Haram is a factor to disintegrate Nigeria. And that's what Nnamdi Kanu stands for. His trial, we're saying today, is going to bring liberation for the oppressed.
I must say very thank you for your time. This is a good place to let you go. We hope to have you next time. Hello, good day, my SC viewers. This is South Lamida, Evangelist Ben, the Biafra evangelist. Let us look at the major prophets prophesying about the freedom of Biafra and the sovereignty of Biafra. This is coming at a time when Nnamdi Kanu is having a fresh judge to adjudicate his case with the Nigerian government. What is your view?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from. I remember that your boy, Evangelist Benjamin Johnson Ezesnachi, the only and one and the only Biafran evangelist. A prophet, they say, this is the word of our Lord Jesus Christ, that he doesn't have an honor in his own land. But today, Master Nnamdi Kanu has prophesied is happening today. Read.
So there's a major prophet online who has prophesied this.
We don't know any other prophet than the prophet, the one that I am seeing, the one I believe, the one that already stands in existence, that I've already prophesied before now. That is the prophet that I know, and no other person than Master Nnamdi Kanu. He's coming on trial, you can see. Coming to court, appearing in the court on the 21st. On the 21st of March. And that 21st, I believe, the next 2 days, coming in addition today, making it 3 days to come. And Omotosho said that it's coming to hear. And what does the Constitution say concerning this? Many Nigerians, including them that call themselves for judges and lawyers, don't know. I don't know sometimes the way they behave. Are you coming to hear that the news is new to Nigeria or new to you? You are coming to start case, a fresh case that is already being judged and conclude. That you are coming to hear. Or you want to come to start all over. It's not going to be possible. Because Biafra is a spirit. instigated and approved and stamped by Jehovah.
Okay, now let us look at the reported some U.S. Military and lawyers who have reportedly arrived in Nigeria ahead of
10 lawyers and 12 soldiers.
Out of Nnamdi Kanu's course here.
Yes. 10 lawyers, if I'm not mistaken, and 12 soldiers. Coming to witness, it is no longer issue of they say they want to be a living witness of it. To see how Nigerian judiciary, how Nigerian court handle some issues, despite the fact that we are complaining, all our reports that they are hearing, they want to see. And I love it. And I am happy. And I believe, because those 12 soldiers are serving soldiers, they are not retired.
Some people say this is an intimidation that Nigeria is a sovereign state.
No, it is not an intimidation. If it is an intimidation, that means the intimidation started from Nigeria because they are intimidating the Biafrans too. And if somebody like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigerian president, could tell Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, to obey the court order, but him and Nigeria refuse to obey their own court order in the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Are you not seeing intimidation? Yes. If truly you a sovereign nation, you handle it as you handle issues as a sovereign nation. But because you are not mature to be a sovereign nation, other nations will help you out to train you and build you up in the level of maturity. That's it. Coming on the 21st, if Nigeria had handled the matter the way it should, according to Nigerian constitution and law, there will be no need of 21st of March 2025. This case would have been settled before now, and dissolved before now, and balanced before now. Peace would have been ready.
But by the time, according to the report of the presence of U.S. military personnel and lawyers, if that is turned out to be true, don't you think they are breaching Nigerian sovereignty?
No. Why I say no is this. Remember, Nigeria is a sovereign country, as you said, and they are under a law. That law is under the law of the United Nations, which comprises of Nigeria and more of Americans, and you know, the Western world. Now, the same UN have issued warning to Nigeria concerning the same case. Being a sovereign nation, are you not supposed to respect the UN law? And whereby you violated UN law, definitely you have violated the law of the world. So the world will definitely violate yours. Respect is a reciprocal. You see the tendency or the angle by which those ones are coming now from America. And let me tell you, America is number one.